seems that he was a very, very unusual kind of individual, an unusual kind of leader, and somehow provided an extra kind of motivation. What was it, looking back over it now, as a coach for the women's strike team now, in a real sense occupying his position, what was it that made him, his regime, so important to you?
I think that he just kept it real. You know, he let you know what he expected, and that was it. You knew from the start that this is what he expected. And I guess everybody just wanted to make sure that we lived up to that reputation, and we had some shoes to follow, because Wilma Rudolph, Juan Matthias, Edith McGuire, May Fags, all those big names that came through here, and we wanted to do what they did. So we wanted to live up to not only Coach Temple and what he expected, but the other Tiger Bells that had paved the way for us.
And I think, Coach, oftentimes you respond to in your telephone recorder by saying that the Tennessee State University Tiger Bells, the #1 track team in the OVC for outdoors. What are you saying here?
Well, on last year we were the OVC outdoor champions, so we're just putting that on the telephone to let the people know that we are the reigning outdoor champions.
And so the Tiger Bells, as a team, is still doing the same thing in terms of its exploits and et cetera. Talk about your team now.
Well, this year, like I said, we won the OVC championship outdoors. We took second place indoors on last year, and now we're into a new season. Everybody returned except one player, so we're expecting to do a repeat. That's our goal for this year. We expect to be in the top 3. I have a really good team. On last weekend, we had a Ed Temple Classic here at the indoor facility, the Gentry Complex. Also, we had a Tiger Bell reunion. So we had Edith McGuire was here, Lucinda Williams, Joanne Terry. A lot of Olympians were here on campus at Tennessee State, and we had a really good time. And then on Sunday, we closed it off with a big track meet, and the women are running well. We just hope that everyone will stay healthy and do what they need to do. Now,
how do the young players react to some of these old names that you've mentioned? I mean, what is their attitude in reference to who they are and where they are?
They know who they are, because as freshmen, young ladies, I make every freshman do a book report on a living Tiger Bell. So they know who the Tiger Bells are, because we will keep that tradition alive. I don't want anyone to come in here and not know a Tiger Bell or not know who Wilma Rudolph is or Edward Temple. So therefore, I'm keeping that alive by doing a book report. The young ladies have to do a book report. They have to stand up before the group and report it, read it. They have to do a telephone interview with the Tiger Bell. And on this weekend, they were excited to know that this is the person I interviewed on the telephone. Madeline Manning was here. She gave the young ladies a motivational speech talk before the track meet, and that really got them going.
And the Olympic torch also came through Nashville quite recently, did it not?
Yes, it did.
And you and your group, I think you were all involved in that.
Well,
talk about that.
we first of all, I was involved with the 96 Olympic torch in Atlanta. I took part in that, running the torch through the TSU campus. And then the 2001 torch came through for the Winter Games. We, the torch started at TSU campus, ran through the campus. We had a display down at the riverfront with the Tiger Bells pictures hanging up, just doing a display of the Tiger Bells, yes.
And so Tennessee State University has a real Olympic tradition. I mean, it's in terms of being able to talk about the number of medals and talk about some of those medals and some of the things.
Tennessee State history in Olympic competition. We have 40 athletes have come from Tennessee State to participate in the Olympic Games. 23 medals, gold medals. I believe it was 14 bronze and maybe 8 silver, something like that. I'm not sure the numbers, and Coach Temple can tell you those numbers. But we do have a rich history in Olympic competition. The medal count, we know that some countries have not won medals like we've won at Tennessee State. So we plan to keep that tradition going. We have not done that yet, but I think the first step we have done is to win the OVC. And then from there, NCAA, international, and then national
And
competition.
so that's the kind of level of competition that you generally think about when you're trying to move back toward the Olympics, that you have to try to do it on the local level, and then you move on up further, and eventually you have set your sight.
Yes.
And you do see yourself going back as a coach.
Oh, yes.
And emulating Coach Temple and taking his group there, you see yourself within that same
Well, I
way.
won't say that I'm going to take a whole slew, because that is something hard to do.
I would imagine. So, and of course, Coach, let's stop this for a short commercial break, and after which we'll come back and give you an opportunity. Thank you, and welcome back to this final segment of the show for today. The topic is a profile on Chandra Cheeseborough, the senior coach of the women's track team at Tennessee State University. And of course, Coach Cheeseborough, during the last 6 minutes that we have here, let's give you an opportunity to talk about some of the things that you believe that our audience ought to know, not only about you, but about the athletic team that you are now coaching at Tennessee State University.
At Tennessee State, we have a really good program this year. The young ladies, I have 6 seniors, a really good captain, a local girl, Nashville, Tennessee, that has been doing a great job with the team, leading the team. So my job is pretty easy. You know, all I have to do is tell them what they need to do, and they carry it out. And it's been a long, hard road to get that, but now I have it in place. I'm not going to let it go. And I was saying that my goal and my dream is to go to the Olympic Games and be the Olympic coach one day. I would love to be the Olympic coach in 2008 in China. That is my desire. And I know I will, because I've been on international teams, and I'm working my way up the ladder. I'm doing the things that need to be done to be appointed for that position. So it will be soon. I don't know how soon, but I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
And of course, that would help your entire team, would it not, to
yes.
simply have you in that very, very position?
I think it's something that they can brag about, but their coach being the Olympic coach. And I pray that it would be a motivation for them to want to make the team and say that they were on the same team that the coach is coaching. Yeah.
You know, Coach, I think you started a statement before we had our commercial break that we interrupted, but to talk about the whole process of recruiting people for the Tiger Bells now compared to perhaps when you were recruited or when Wilma was recruited, and the difficult problems in terms. Go on, talk about it.
Well, we were talking about how me following Coach Temple's footstep and putting girls on the Olympic team, that's not hard to do, but it will be hard to put those numbers to have a relay team with 4 Tennessee State women, because the student athlete now have an opportunity to go to any college in the United States. And back in the day, as they say, Tennessee State was the college to go to, but now student athletes can pick and choose where they want to, so the talent is spread it out. So it's very difficult in recruiting today, the top student athlete. And
I would imagine that some of these student athletes come very, very expensive to the university, which is to say that while you're not really paying them in a real sense, that there are some inducements that some universities have that perhaps other universities don't have. Would that be a correct statement?
Yes.
What do you think that you need personally for your program at Tennessee State University to keep you on the road that you're trying to reach dealing with going back to the Olympics? I mean, what kind of support do you think that you need?
Well, I believe that we need the local support, and just maintain the support that we have within the university, along with the president and the athletic director. They do give me support, and if they just keep pushing that, and an assistant coach, those things will help, us to get a good recruiting base, young ladies to come in and sell our program. Yes.
And so you feel that you have the support that is necessary in order to accomplish some of the things that you're trying to at this particular level.
We still can use a little more, but we do have support. But you can always use, a lot more. But it's going well at this point.
You know, and we've got about 2 minutes here. Let's have you to speak to our audience this morning about what you epitomize more than anything, and that is success. What does it take in order to be successful, that when you talk to your members of your squad and et cetera, what are some of the things that you tell them they have to do in order to be successful?
Well, my thing, you know, first of all, you got to want to be a Tennessee State Tiger Bell. That's the first part, because I feel like if you're not happy at Tennessee State, you're not going to give me 100%. So first of all, we want to make sure that you're happy. And then the next thing, what is your level of winning? Where do you want to go with this? How can I help you to meet your goals? And on my way in, I was reading the goals. I make them do weekly goals on the track meet, and then that should meet their overall goal. So I have to know what are you trying to get, so I'll know how to come at you and how to administer in what you want. So you have to set goals. You have to have that desire to win. So my thing is, I keep encouraging them to, you know, meet the short-term goals, then their long-term goals will be there.
And that'll be that, and that's all part of what you consider to be the way to bring them to reach the goals that you personally have already set in terms of your own
Well, that
goals.
would definitely meet the team goals, because we know that the team wants to win the OVC championship again. So if everybody meet their own individual goals, then the team goal will take care of itself. Yes.
Very good. And of course, Coach Cheeseborough, let me thank you during the last half minute that we have here for coming by and giving us that profile information. As we said before, you are internationally and nationally known, but in terms of some of the things that you've talked about here today, a lot of folks don't know the impact that Coach Temple, even though certainly they know that he would have to have had a great impact upon you, but I think that you've revealed to us a lot of information this morning, and we thank you for that. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.